Alright you lot, how you doing? I tell you what, I've just come in here and it's starting to smell as if something's dead in here. Something's dying, and so what it is, we get a lot of mice because we're right near farmers' fields and other bits, and we're not out in the sticks really, but we're near fields and stuff. We get a lot of mice and a lot of rats, and used to be a lot of cats about, you know, to eat the mice. You see the cats running around with the mice in their mouths and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays you don't have the cats anymore, so there's a lot of mice, so I've had to put a lot of poison around everywhere, and I reckon one of them or some of them have eaten some of the poison and run up in the roof or somewhere in here, because you're starting to get that smell. Something's starting to rot. So I've got two choices: leave it and it'll rot and stink for a while, and then when it all rots away it won't smell no more, and just leave the bones, or try and find it and find where it is and get rid of it. But it's something is definitely rotting in here somewhere. But anyway, just doing a little bit of packering. I've got this nice little box here, look, and just got some smoothies and that for the kids for their packed lunches for school. And this nice little box, I thought this is brilliant. Hopefully these 4 glow starters and chargers, I don't know about what the chargers are. I reckon the glow starters will fit in there no problem, but I don't know about all the chargers. The chargers are unnecessary, to be honest, but you can charge all of them with the one charger, but the person that's bought the glow starters wants all the chargers, so they're going as well. Anyway, hopefully they'll fit in there, and I better check to see how the rush is doing actually. Well, it looks like that rush was sitting in that box down there. I can seal that up because that was sold to someone separate from the person who bought the glow plugs, after the glow starters after all. So I'll seal that up and I'll get that posted off Monday morning. And funnily enough, it looks like it's sold to a subscriber, so that is good news.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move.
Just rummaging around trying to find things that I can possibly sell, and amongst it, inside an ice cream tub, I found this. It's like a piece of aluminium, and it's got some screws in it. It's got a fuse on the live, a thing there, don't know what's in there, possibly some resistors, not sure, never opened it. But on one end it's got crocodile clips for attaching to a battery or something, and then it's got a cigarette plug, and then on the other end it's got 2 types of plug, Tamiya and a smaller Tamiya plug, both joined into the same positive and negative. Now the fact that it's got those and that going into plugs for batteries gives me the idea that perhaps it's some sort of charger. I mean, I don't know. There'll be some of you lot will be literally looking at this, looking at your screen, shouting, "It's a charger, you dick! You great fat bastard!" But I don't know what it is. I think that's probably what it is, but I don't know for sure. So I'm gonna attach it to a bat tray and see what comes out the other end. Right, so I've got my multimeter here, and we'll be measuring the potential that comes out of the other end of it, and we want DC volts. That's on automatic. I'll put that there. Automatic sensing there. Automatic sensing is what it is. So this bat tray here, this battery has got on it at the moment 12.47 volts, as you can see there. It's not fully charged, but it's charged enough. So if we might have some puffs of smoke here, we never know yet. So we put that there like that, and we stick the positive and the negative on. The positive one goes on there, nothing happens. Good. So that's now connected to the battery. And if we get this, we stick the negative, we'll stick it down this one. That's the negative in there. I reckon we're going to get, I don't know what we're going to get out, but I reckon we'll get at least 12 volts, I reckon. And the positive one goes in there. 12.47 volts comes out of there. So that is full voltage, that's full potential there. And out of this one, this is the other plug. Don't know if you can see, can you? That was the small plug I just tested. Now we're going to test the big plug, and I've got a suspicion it's going to be exactly the same. Yep. 12.47 volts. So, I don't know what the need. There's obviously a need for it, but we got what look to be 2 resistors perhaps, or maybe they're capacitors. Don't really know what they are. Can't really see. But we've got 2 of those on the negative, and on the positive we've got a fuse. So if this is for charging a battery, perhaps it's for powering something. Maybe it's for powering a start. I don't know what this is. It probably come with something I've got. It's definitely obviously homemade, I'd imagine, and old school. You wouldn't get something like this nowadays. If you bought something, it wouldn't be all open plan like this. You know, perhaps this was mounted on something. I really don't know. It could have come with a Mardave. It could have come with something. It could have even come with something one of you lot sent to me. You know, I don't know where it came from. I tend to put stuff in boxes all over the place, and you know, if I like the look of something, I put it in a box so that I don't get rid of it or sell it or do something with it because I like it. But then when I come to find it in the box a few years later, I ain't got a clue what the bloody hell it is. So it's one of those situations where I can't remember what it is and where it came from. But it looks like whatever these resistors, capacitors, whatever they are in there, they don't step the voltage down or anything like that. Perhaps they regulate amperage. I don't know. I don't know enough about capacitors and resistors to be able to just simply look down there and go, oh yes, that's a B5742, one of the best capacitors there ever was. Very good job, and that will limit the amps. I don't know. I know capacitors and resistors, but I don't know them enough to simply look down there like that. I have to look at the number on the side of them and then go and look them up on the chart to find out what the values are and what they're good for, because I'm not that good at electrics. So anybody that might know what this is and why we've got 12 volts on both plugs, why is this even here? You know, we might as well just get rid of all of this, and these might as well just be connected straight to this, and then we've got 12 volts, you know. But I can only imagine that this limits amperage, if it may be charging batteries or something like that. So that the battery can't just draw whatever it likes out of this battery. You know, it regulates it. I don't know. I really don't. I've got an idea, but I really don't know for sure. But at least I know that whatever it is does that, and it works. Whatever it does, it does something. I can't even sell it because I don't know what it is. So, but at least I know it does something, and it's there, and it does a thing.
If I think of you and all the shit you don't do, well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know.
This ain't really got anything whatsoever to do with RC. However, it has got to do with engines, and I know some of you lot like engines, so I thought we'd have a look at this anyway. I'll just show you what I'm doing. So this little generator is quite a nice little generator. It's a 2-stroke generator, which I bought about 10 years ago, brand spanking new, because we do a lot of camping, and with, see, what we used to do we've been doing camping, like tents and all sorts since I met. I did a bit of camping before I met my missus, but we've always done camping, and we've been together for 11 years. And 2012 must have been, we did some camping together, and then we went camping with her side of the family. And because we wanted to put a fridge and all that, because we had some babies coming along with us and all that kind of stuff, we decided that I would go and buy a generator, because back then the campsites that we went to didn't have electric. You couldn't opt for an electric pitch, just wasn't there, you just couldn't get it. So I thought, right, I'll get a generator. So I had a look around, and I didn't have any at the time, any second-hand ones. I just didn't have any. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll go and buy a 2-stroke one, because it will be lighter and all that kind of stuff. And it done the job. Sees us through a few camping trips, and it was lovely. But then, you know, you could get electric pitches start to pop up. You know, if you go to a campsite, you could get an electric pitch. So we decided just to get electric pitches, and the need for a generator on camping, you know, we just didn't need it anymore. So this generator has sat under benches, it's sat in the shed, it's sat everywhere, and it hasn't really had any use. So the way things are at the moment, everything that I can see around me that I don't need or use or anything like that is going. I'm selling it because, well, I need the dollar, basically. I need the pizza dough. So I got this going the other day, and it ran lovely, absolutely spot on, perfect. I tuned the carb, got it all absolutely perfect. Went to start it up the other day, and it ran conked out. Didn't want to know, and I'm thinking, why this was running spot on. So the first port of diagnosis, taking that off, the first port of diagnosis is checking this petrol tank to make sure everything's all right in there. But I have noticed that there is, because it's a bit of a bad design, there is a certain amount, I don't know whether you are going to be able to see in there at all. It probably won't focus because it's out of the ordinary for this camera. Oh man. Well, anyway, there's some debris in there, bit of debris, so got to clean it out. But anyway, that's a petrol engine and 2-stroke one, so I thought you might be interested. Anyway, I'm going to clean it all out and get it going, because I got it, believe it or not, I got it on eBay to get rid of the bloody thing, because no one wanted to buy it locally, word of mouth. Nobody wants a 2-stroke generator for some reason. Don't know why. Why am I always out of focus, man? So I just stuck it on eBay, because more or less, if you stick something on eBay, it will sell. Whether it sells for what you want, doesn't, but it will sell. Someone's bidded on it, so it's going to go. So I've got to get it going. I can't sell it not running, because I've listed it as a runner. So I've got to get it going, there's no doubt about it. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. And it even comes with custom branding. Alright, let's get this going, shall we? I took that bowl off, that float bowl. There's the float. That's might be something a bit different for you lot that ain't used to this kind of stuff, because Nitro engines don't have a float bowl and a carb, do they? But there's a float. The float's alright, the float's working. I took the bowl off because I wanted to see if there was any of that crap in the bowl, and there's not really. There's a bit of stuff in there, but this camera will never focus. There we go. And a bit of stuff in there, but nothing major. But that could be blocked up in the line. Some of the jets could be blocked, could be anything like that, but nothing in the bowl. And there was petrol in the bowl, so I know that the petrol's getting down in there. So I'm going to put it back together now and try and run it, and then I'll show you what it does. But don't worry, I'm not going to do a whole video on the generator, but I just kind of think that ironically, I used to put all the RC stuff on the other channel, which is all engines, motorhomes, camper vans, caravans, engines, cars, CB ham radio, all the other crap, bikes. but people wanted RC stuff, didn't want the other stuff, so I've made an RC channel. This is what you're watching now, all the RC stuff. But I've noticed a lot of you RC people also are into general engines, so seeing as the RC stuff for me is a bit scarce at the moment, you know, the stuff that's broken I can't repair, and yeah, well, I ain't got nothing else to do, I thought I'll just incorporate a little bit of general engines, the other stuff that I do, into a bit of an RC video for you, and you might like it, you might not. If you don't, if you do, happy days. So let's put this bowl back on. I'm going to see what happens. It might run up because I'm suspecting that the float was a bit stuck, which was why it wouldn't run properly, because the fuel was coming into the bowl slowly and it was getting burnt off faster than it could come in because of the way it was running. It would run for a bit and then it would go a bit lean, a bit starved, conk out. If you let it sit for, and it wouldn't start, let it sit for a couple of minutes, it'd start again and do the same. So the fuel was coming into the bowl slowly because the float was a little bit stuck, possibly blockage, don't know yet, possibly, but I'm suspecting the float was a bit sticky, burning off what was in the bowl, conking out, fuel was slowly coming in, filling the bowl up, burning it off, blah blah blah. So I'm going to go down that route first because I don't want to take all of that off again, because it's a bit of a pain in the arse trying to get all that off. This is why I'm trying this bit first. Right, let's see what she's going to do. I've got a suspicion we'll have the same trouble, but petrol is on. Bit of chokage, might need a bit of spray, but we'll be alright, I reckon. We've got to be careful because it's a Sunday morning. I'm going to piss off those neighbours, really, do I? She ain't happy. Anyway, that's enough of this for this video. I'm not gonna keep putting this on here because you might get, you want to hear for RC stuff, then you're bloody generators. If you want generators and other stuff, go and have a look at the other channel. You saw the sticker on the side there. Look that up, and you'll see there's plenty of this kind of stuff on there. But I'm gonna get this going, ready for the person to pick it up when they buy it. And yeah, well, that's that really. For those of you wondering, just I know some of you like this kind of stuff, as I said, I've got these two long screwdrivers, and just down inside there you can get the carb, you can get the mixture screw for the petrol. So I had to get one to move out the fuel line and the other one to turn the screw, and I richened her up a little bit and she's running a bit better. I richened her up a little bit more, she started running good. It's obviously a little bit too lean, which means because it's got governor in there, what happens is when it starts to sway, the old throttle starts to sway because the governor, so when it gets lean the revs drop. The governor wants the revs to go higher, so it opens up, opens the throttle, whoa, right? But then that means that the carb's trying to suck in more fuel, but it can't because of the lean, because the jet's too lean, so it can't suck in any more fuel, so it goes whoa, then it just dies. So I richen in that up, we stop in the swaying of the governor and the throttle, and also it doesn't want to do it anyway because it's got more than enough fuel, and it just runs mintily like a chocolate chip donut. Do they even exist, chocolate chip donuts? What do they do? Somebody needs to invent a chocolate chip donut, because that would be the nuts. So, it's been pointed out to me by several different people, how many of which I wonder just read the first comment and decided to comment themselves about it, I don't know. And it might be able to undo them screws around here like this, and then we can twist this part here, leaving this where it needs to be. Twist this enough where it might line up again. Possibly. Looking at it, it won't end up on the top, it'll end up here. Unless, but I can't have, well, I might be able to put it so that this faces straight down, because there might be, I might even be able to do that. I might not even have to twist this. I might just better do that and have this exhaust facing straight down instead of out. Actually, looking at it, let's see what we can do. Let's play around a little bit, see if we can get this. We might have uncovered a new phenomenon. You never know. Probably not. Right, that's the best view I can get you with this camera. I'll do it like that. Yeah, that might work. Anyway, so we may be able to get that. If I get that, I don't know if that's going to work actually. Allen key in there. I'm probably going to have to undo those screws after all. But if we undo them screws, zip that off, turn it a bit. Bob's your uncle and Fanny might be your aunt. You never know. I mean, we just have to have a look. And, Fanny might not want to be your aunt. You know, Bob might not want to be your uncle. I mean, you just can't tell these days who wants what and what's going on and where and when. But so the idea being, but you see the thing is that is, can you see? Probably not because it won't focus on it. But this is it's not round, like it's different shape. So it won't. We can't turn it to any point we want to turn it to. So it'll have to be. At the moment, it's like that. So that'll have to go all the way around. So it'll be here, because at the moment it's there, out of focus as usual. But it'll be here. We're not going to be able to get it on the top because it's just a different shape. I'm sure you lot can appreciate that. It's not going to work that way. But here is better than in there. So let's take the screws out, twist it round, and see what sort of Jimmy Savile-ness we can get. God, there's a lot of jelly coming out there. Look at that. You see that? It's like cheese. Anyway, what do I need? A little driver for screws. I don't know if I've got a driver for screws. Let's try this one. Oh, that one's brilliant. Huh, like butter. Like absolute butter. You can take that out of there. That's it. And put that down there like that. And then that one will come out of there. Oh, mate. You can't see a thing, can you? This is brilliant. Right. I wonder what everybody's doing today. Today, for me, is a Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Later on, I'm going to go and shoot a few cans with the kids, you know. Get the air rifles out. Shoot a few cans with the kids. Try and get the missus involved. I just like family time, you know. A bit of family time. Today's a time for family, you know. So now we can see, well, for anybody who wonders what's inside an exhaust, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No focus at all. It doesn't even come with any focus. I mean, what the bloody hell's going on? There we go. Nothing in there. And also, nothing in there. For anybody who ever wondered. Those tuned pipes, they say they're tuned. They're not. Well, there's a little bit of silencing stuff that goes on in there. Little holes. You probably can't see a bloody dicky bird, can you? I need to get a camera that can just sort of focus on stuff quickly, but those are expensive, man. There's a lot of nitro in there and some gunk, but other than that, nothing. So we should be able to turn it and put it that way. There we go. So now my little tube, which I love so much, is on this end. So that'll be a lot better. I'm probably going to have to get a longer piece of fill pipe, but that's alright. That's a small price to pay for this. I mean, bloody Jesus. Whoever puts it on the inside is a complete and utter wally. Like, a complete and utter one. And they've got no... What the bloody Jesus? Oh, don't tell me it's not going to go together. It might not go together. But they've got no brain whatsoever. Whoever put it on the inside, whoever's designed that was, tells their people in the factory, hey, you know what? I think you should put it around that way, yeah. That's the way it should be. Fucking hell. Well, that goes on. Well, do you know what? To be honest, I never even thought about it. So whoever it was that pointed it out initially, and also to all the others that pointed it out, and I'm not going to paste you with the brush of copying the first comment, but to all of you that pointed it out, including the first person, well done. Because bloody Jesus, because I never thought about it, turning it around. I just thought whoever designs it is a dickhead, and that's the end of the story. But I need to get a magnetic screwdriver, really. Let's see if I can get the other side in. There's a lot of nitro in here. I should have emptied it out. Anybody else would have just emptied cleaned the exhaust out while they were at it, you know. Normally I would have done, but of course I would, yeah. But I haven't, so we'll just leave it like that. Right. We should be getting a parcel soon from the crazy Dad Nitro over there. He's in Tennessee, man. Is he in Tennessee? I think he is. So if you haven't looked at his channel, go and have a look at it. Crazy Dad Nitro, right? Should be getting a parcel from him soon. It should have something interesting in it, and also an exhaust pipe for this Carnage should be in that parcel. What they call it, a tuned pipe. Yep, which is all a load of rubbish, really. But it'll be, hopefully, will be better than this one which is already on it. This Carnage is going to be, man. This Carnage is going to be all special. Well, as special as a Carnage can get, anyway. Right, now that should slip, slop, slidey back on there. Lovely. That should go on there as like that. Yep, very good. Love that. Sweet. Oh, I wanted to get a new bit of fuel pipe. Oh, happy days. Look at that. Oh, man. The beauty that is within. That is, there we go. So, as I say, the person who pointed that out, well done. You deserve some kind of medal. Probably made of chocolate so you can eat it, because that's better than gold. Or is it? Well, it's probably not actually, is it? But there we go. Now you can just pop that off, primerage, like that, right? Then zip zap zoobity. Back on. Oh, got to do that up yet. Back on again. There we go, man. We learned something new. We've learned a new trick. Oh man, beautiful. That's made me well happy, that has. One of the things that I absolutely dreaded about this car is the stupid pipe that goes in there. Now it's here. I'm absolutely over the moon. And it looks cool as well with that going down around there like that. Looks like someone's actually designed it properly. Sweet.
Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.
So, we've got the original engine back in there again now, sitting there, chilling out, loving life. Now, we haven't got the exhaust manifold on because the threads are stripped on this manifold. And on the other one, when it was on that engine, I had them same bolts, but it was thinner, so I had some nuts on the other end of the bolts holding it together, but it's thicker on this one and the bolts don't poke out. So I need to either get longer bolts, repair the threads on this, or get a new manifold. Probably won't get a new manifold. I'll probably try and find some longer bolts, so then I can put the nuts on the end and that'll be problem solved. I could repair the threads on this. I don't know if I've got a tap that is that small, but I could drill the holes bigger, but then that means I've got to drill the holes bigger here as well. A problem for me to worry about and not you. Whoever invented those engine mounts, I'm here to ask you lot for permission to sentence him to life in prison. We need to sentence that person the person who invented them engine mounts has to be sentenced to life in prison. It is as simple as that. That is the most ridiculous design for engine mounts anybody has ever made. Just absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, that's together. I had to crack out my mini spanner. I love using my mini spanners. Every time I get to use my little mini spanner set, I'm so happy. Got a new gasket for the exhaust, that's on there. I did think I had a new manifold, but it's not, it's the wrong type. I thought I've got a new manifold in the cupboard somewhere, in the toolbox. Wrong type of manifold. So the engine's on there, carbs on there, everything's on there. Sort that out, ready for that new exhaust pipe when it arrives from the Crazy Dad Nitro. Happy days. Nice one. Well, thanks for watching, you lot. We'll have the 2-speed gearbox in here in a few months' time, probably, when I get some more work, start to get some income coming in again. I'll be getting a 2-speed gearbox. Any other upgrade that FTX do, I'll be getting, and we'll be having a properly souped up FTX Carnage and a standard one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go for some races, off-road races, on-road races. Obviously the 2-speed one's going to be quicker, but by how much? And will all the sway bars and everything make a difference with handling off-road compared to the standard one? Because FTX are cheeky, you know. They give you a car with bits missing and make you pay for the bits to put on it. But will it actually make any difference? We'll find out. So thanks for watching. If you want stickers, let me know. And I'll catch you later on. Treat everybody equally. Treat everyone the same. Treat people how you want to be treated. And we'll all have a happy life. Ciao for now.